In this video, we're going to be talking very briefly, because they're only 8 minutes, about NFL postseason droughts and which ones I could count. So, looking at the longest postseason drought, you have the Jets. And the Jets, longest in team history, they last made an appearance in the 2010 AFC Championship, and since then they missed out on postseason every season since. The Jets have also already been eliminated from contention this year. Panthers are experiencing their longest drought in history. They last made a 2017 NFC wild card, and they're already eliminated this year. Now, the Denver Broncos last made it in Super Bowl 50, which is part of the 2015 NFL postseason. The reason why the number hasn't ticked up to 8 is because even though their chances of making the playoffs right now are only about 8%, they still have a chance of making the postseason. So, that's also why the Falcons, who last made in divisional, they're only showing it as 5 because the Falcons are still alive in the playoff race. So when you look at it, you'll see like Commanders at 3 with the Texans, even though there's a year gap. Again, the Commanders were eliminated. The Texans are still very much alive and control their own destiny, as a matter of fact. I think that's actually the longest playoff drought since that we've seen that could realistically snap. So I guess the Falcons could snap theirs, but they do not control their own destiny to do so. That's also why the Colts, Bears, Browns, Saints, Patriots, Cardinals, Titans are at 2. But the Cardinals, Patriots, and Titans are actually at 2 because they last made in 2021 and they're already eliminated. It was the Saints, Browns, and Bears, and Colts are still alive in it. I think the Browns are very likely to make it. The Saints have a chance if they can beat the Buccaneers. Colts also have a chance, though they don't control their own destiny, but they've been in the playoff spot for a very long time now. Bears have a less than 1% chance to make it, but it's still possible. Now, looking at the longest playoff losing streak, we have the Lions, who last won the 1991 divisional round. And I think that this could be an important year that the Lions can snap that, seeing as they've already clinched the NFC North. Miami Dolphins, they last won a 2000 AFC wildcard round. And again, I think that this could be an important year for them to end their playoff drought because they haven't clinched the East yet, but they've already clinched the playoff spot. They have a very strong record right now, and they also just beat a winning team in the Dallas Cowboys. The Raiders, again, it's been 20 years. They last won a 2002 AFC Championship game. Since then, the team hasn't really been doing so good. And me personally, I think that the Raiders are not going to make the playoffs. Their chances right now are only 12%, and even if they do, they are not winning the playoff game. Commanders last won a 2005 NFC wildcard round, and they're already eliminated. Jets are already eliminated. They last won a 2010 AFC divisional round. But they've only lost one game since. The reason why the Jets have the 5th longest postseason win drought, it's tied with the Bears, who last won the 2010 NFC divisional round. But the reason why they're so long has to do with their postseason drought to begin with, not their ability against the postseason and their inability to win a game, just a total inability to get into the playoffs. And I want you to understand that. Anyway, even if the Bears make the playoffs, they're not winning any games in the playoffs, and this is pretty much the list. I think that we could certainly see some of these teams snap their droughts, but again, you look at the next teams, Cardinals and Bears, they're eliminated. And the Broncos, which are actually on a postseason win streak, but again, total inability to get into the postseason since Super Bowl 50, and I highly doubt them making it in there. Honestly, we already talked with the teams that are really bad to have a chance. AFC Championship, the Dolphins last made it there in 1991. Dolphins last made it there in 2000. Raiders 2002. Again, longest postseason win droughts. Commanders 2005. Jets 2010 with the Bears. And I think that the Lions and Dolphins could get there, but it's a little bit shakier. I think that the Dolphins have a better chance than the Lions personally. Besides that, just don't have too much optimism in any of these teams. Oh, wait, this is the divisional round. For the championship round, the Commanders have the longest drought. Again, they're eliminated. Tied with the Lions, who last made a 1991 NFC Championship game. Browns last made in 89, but they did not exist in 96, 97, and 98. And I think the Lions and Bears both have a chance to make it back to the championship round. The Dolphins last made it there in 92. They have a significant chance. The Cowboys, 95, they have a significant chance. The Texans have never made it that far and they became a franchise in 2002. But I think that the Texans could run a table up there. And then you just look at the Super Bowl win droughts, but again, I have to go now.